everyone, it's Destiny, and today we'll be going over everything you need to know about Silver Wolf level 999. Before we get into today's video, I'd love to know which character you're the most excited for in version 4.2, and if you would like to see some more Star Rail content from me, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like to support today's video, and now, let's get straight into it. Let's begin with Silver Wolf's kit. Silver Wolf level 999 is an Imaginary Elation character who has very fun mechanics with her loot boxes, and she can enhance her attacks with her ultimate. When it comes to her base stats, she'll have a low base attack but great base defense and speed. The low base attack is perfectly fine, as Silver Wolf will actually scale with speed once she's at 160 speed or higher, as her elation will increase by 2% for each speed exceeded, and this can cap up to 260 speed. We'll be going over how to build Silver Wolf though later on in the video. Silver Wolf's kit revolves around her God mode player state from her ultimate, and Silver Wolf doesn't actually use energy, but instead hidden MMR points. You'll need 60 hidden MMR points to activate her ultimate, and her MMR points can also overflow by 240 points, so a total of 300. Now you may be wondering, how do you get MMR points? Whenever Silver Wolf gains Punchline, she'll gain an equal amount of MMR. So one Punchline would be one hidden MMR. This can be from Silver Wolf's own kit, which she has 2 elation skills that will nicely help with gaining more MMR. Her elation skill outside of the God mode player state will gain her 15 MMR points. This is just to gain more MMR, and what's nice about this is that Silver Wolf's Trace True Ending Unlock allows her to generate even more MMR when using her elation skill. So at 20 Punchline or more, you'll gain an additional 20 MMR, and if you have 40 points of Punchline or more, then you'll gain 20 points on top of that as well. And of course, having allies on the team that can help with Punchline generation will be very useful as well. It's also worth noting that with Silver Wolf's hidden MMR mechanic, each point will also increase Silver Wolf's crit rate by 0.4%, and once your crit rate is at 100%, then it'll swap to crit damage buffs, which each remaining point giving 0.8% crit damage. So this is really nice overall for being able to further increase her crit rate as well as her crit damage within battle. Now, once you activate Silver Wolf's ultimate, she will consume 60 MMR and enter the God mode player state, as well as advance her action by 100%. One of her traces though will give her 20 hidden MMR when she uses her ultimate, which is great for having just a bit more MMR when you actually go into God mode. In this mode, she will be immune to crowd control debuffs, she cannot use her ultimate, and she is able to use her enhanced basic attack and enhanced elation skill. She can only use her enhanced basic attack during her actions, and she can use her enhanced basic attack 3 times before exiting the God mode player state, and while exiting, all points of hidden MMR are cleared. Silver Wolf will also deploy a zone while in the God mode player state, and if she possesses Certified Banger, each time an ally within the zone consumes a skill point, there is a chance to trigger Silver Wolf's top loot box. This loot box will deal elation damage split among all enemies and trigger one of the following effects: Big Flippin' Sword, Kaboom Explosion, or Funky Munchbean. Pretty interesting names in my opinion. Big Flippin' Sword will additionally deal true damage to the enemy with the highest HP, Kaboom Explosion will recover 2 skill points, and lastly Funky Munchbean will gain 3 Punchline. As for the trigger rates of the loot boxes, the trigger rate of Kaboom Explosion increases if your skill points are low, and decreases if your skill points are high. Similarly, Funky Munchbean, the trigger rate will increase when your hidden MMR is low, and the trigger rate will decrease when your hidden MMR is high. The first time you consume skill points, you'll have a 100% chance to trigger the loot box. Then it will drop down to 20%, 4%, 0.8%, and so on. Thankfully though, there is a way to reset the fixed chance to trigger the top loot box, and this is with Silver Wolf's enhanced elation skill. She can use this enhanced elation skill once you are in the God mode state, and her enhanced elation skill will deal 6 instances of damage to one random enemy, and resets the fixed chance to trigger top loot box to the original value. Additionally, it's worth noting when she does possess Certified Banger, which ideally you have this at all times, when she uses her basic attack or skill, she'll deal Imaginary Elation damage, and her enhanced basic attack damage is converted to elation damage at the same multiplier. And speaking of her enhanced basic attack, she'll unleash an attack split evenly into 100 bounces, and after bouncing a certain amount of times, she'll trigger top loot box 1 time, for a total of 3 times during this attack. You can also visually see when she'll trigger these loot boxes by the visuals on screen as well. You'll get the elation damage and bonus effect from these loot boxes, and the bonus effects once again can either be Big Flippin' Sword, Kaboom Explosion, or Funky Munch Bean. At the end of the enhanced basic attack, Silver Wolf will deal a final hit that is split evenly onto all enemies. A very cool perk of Silver Wolf's enhanced basic attack is that if you finish off enemies before her attack ends, she will continue the attack based on the amount of boxes and bounces that are left. So Silver Wolf will actually not overkill enemies when you kill a wave, and instead continue the attack going into the next wave of enemies. Additionally, it's worth noting that based on how much hidden MMR you have, Silver Wolf will get an enhanced basic attack multiplier buff of the original damage. So with 1 stack 1.15 times, and at 2 stacks 1.3 times increase to her enhanced basic attack total damage. To maximize this, you will need 120 MMR, and there's also a visual indicator that'll show you where you're at. With 1 stack, you'll have this SS above Silver Wolf's HP, and with 2 stacks, you will have SSS. Now as for her technique, her cute little friend will defeat normal enemies in the overworld in exchange for technique points. Lastly, we have Silver Wolf's special passive, which this can activate when Silver Wolf is in the team or once you obtain her. If an enemy inflicts a crowd control debuff onto an ally, you will gain Firewall for 1 turn. And while in the Firewall state, allies are immune to crowd control debuffs inflicted by enemies. This can trigger once per turn. Overall, when it comes to Silver Wolf's playstyle, you'll want to accumulate MMR, go into God mode, and deal massive damage with her enhanced basic attacks, as well as utilize her loot boxes with the allies on the team. Now that we've gone over her base kit, let's go over Eidolons. Silver Wolf's E1 will inflict 20% vulnerability on enemies with her ultimate zone. This helps out the entire team's damage output. And now when you exit God mode player state, 20% of the hidden MMR will be retained instead of clearing all of it. So if you actually have 300 hidden MMR, then you can instantly use her ultimate again. Overall, this could be useful for getting her ultimate again faster or making her next ultimate stronger with more MMR. As for E2, all buffs will be extended by 1 turn when she enters the God mode player state, and when reaching 120 MMR milestones, she will gain 1 extra turn and regain 1 use of her enhanced basic attack. The milestones would be 120 and 240 MMR. Now as for E4, her enhanced elation skills damage will now take 5 times the amount of punchline. Pretty good stuff for increasing her elation skill damage. As for E6, her elation damage dealt during her enhanced basic attack Mary makes by 50%, which is a 1.5 times boost. She will also inflict all enemies with absolute weakness, and enemies' all-type resistance and all-type base res is reduced to 0 or -20 if they're already weak to that element. This is a very strong Eidolon, especially when it comes to brute forcing enemies, and on screen are calculations for each Eidolon as well as her light cone versus E1 included at the bottom of the sheet. Now when it comes to building Silver Wolf's team, her premium team will consist of her alongside Sparxie, Yao Guang, and then a sustain of your choice or sustainless. Sparxie will be able to gain a bunch of punchline for the team, and now with the addition of Silver Wolf, you can make a team of 3 Elation characters. This will result in Sparxie being able to benefit to gain more thrill and punchline when using her ultimate, and Sparxie will be able to spam her skill often, resulting in more punchline being generated for the team and more MMR for Silver Wolf. Sparxie will also be able to deal considerable damage herself alongside Silver Wolf, and she can also buff the team's crit damage by 80%. Another notable synergy is Yao Guang. Yao Guang can buff allies' elation, provide all-type res pen, regenerate skill points, trigger AHA instant more frequently, and so on. Triggering AHA instant more frequently can result in maintaining the certified banger state for elation teammates and also dealing more damage onto enemies, with more elation skills being triggered in combat. More elation skills also results in more MMR for Silver Wolf, and with how fast Silver Wolf is, being able to trigger AHA instant with Yao Guang's ultimate nicely assists with maintaining the certified banger state. There is also Elation Trailblazer who can trigger Silver Wolf's elation skill with their ultimate, and this can be helpful for dealing more damage gaining more MMR and maintaining certified banger longer. Elation Trailblazer will also provide crit damage boost for Silver Wolf. Now as for your sustains, you can use Huohuo, Donghong PT, Gallagher, Hyacinth. Hyacinth in particular at E2 can also provide additional speed for the team. There's also sustainless teams that you can consider. There is Welt. Welt will be able to inflict the weightless state onto enemies, which will reduce their defenses by 40%, and if you have him E4, he can also reduce enemies' all-type resistance. Welt will also be able to delay enemies, so this can result in you taking less hits from enemies. You can also consider Asta for sustainless for the speed that she'll be able to provide the team. You can consider a character like Tribbie, Cypher, Silver Wolf, Sparkle. Elation Trailblazer can also be a 4th slot for a full Elation team, and so on. For those wondering if you need Sparxie for Silver Wolf, I was able to get a 1-cycle clear with Silver Wolf, Yao Guang, Elation Trailblazer, and Huohuo without any signature light cones or Eidolons, and the team felt fine to play, especially with how Yao Guang can trigger Aha Instant with her ultimate, and Elation Trailblazer can trigger an ally's Elation skill with their ultimate. So I would say on release you should be fine with this team. Now that we've gone over team building, let's go over how to build Silver Wolf. When it comes to Silver Wolf's best builds, for her relic set, I would recommend Magical Girl, and you can also consider Diviner of Distant Reach for the crit rate and additional speed, as Silver Wolf does skill with speed to increase her elation. If nobody in the team is using Diviner of Distant Reach, Silver Wolf can nicely utilize this, especially to get closer to 200 speed. It is worth noting though that with more defense ignore, Magical Girl can get stronger. For her planar sets, you should use Punk Lord Stage 0. And as for her main stats, since Elation damage does not scale with damage percent buffs, and Silver Wolf scales with speed, you can go with Crit Body, Speed Boots, HP or Defense Orb, and HP or Defense Rope. The HP or Defense helps with further increasing her survivability, especially if you're trying to do Sustainless. And for her substats, you want to focus on crit rate, crit damage, and speed. For her stat goals, I would recommend minimum 160 speed, as this is a requirement for her Elation conversion trace, and upward to 200 plus speed can be great for Silver Wolf, but this can be difficult to get up to, so I would say going for a minimum of 160 speed and aim for higher if possible. For her crit rate, I would recommend aiming for a high amount of 85% or higher, as if you're missing crit rate, the hidden MMR you accumulate will help out with this. And then once you're at 100% crit rate in battle, hidden MMR will now increase her crit damage instead. Her crit damage outside of combat doesn't need to be very high because of this, as well as also some of her best team members giving her more crit damage, and the crit damage the Punk Lord planar set will give in combat as well. Now as for her light cones, I would recommend her signature, Today's Good Luck, or Mushy Shroomies Adventures as a free-to-play option. When it comes to her talent upgrade priority, I would recommend to level up her basic attack as much as you can, then focusing on her ultimate, talent, and elation skill. When it comes to Silver Wolf's value, for those who wish to build a strong elation team, she is a great choice to consider picking up. She is a powerful DPS option for the playstyle and is also our newest anniversary character. For those who are debating between her or Evanesia, I will be releasing Evanesia content closer to her release, but it will be before Silver Wolf's banner is gone. So for those who are unsure about pulling, I would recommend waiting a bit closer to Evanesia's release for the upcoming videos. I'd love to know if you are pulling Silver Wolf or any other character in version 4.2, and if you are, good luck to your pulls and also happy 3rd anniversary to Star Rail. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and if you did, consider subscribing for more content, leave a like to support today's video, and also stay tuned for my Silver Wolf pulls. I will be pulling her and the video will likely go up later today. I'm super excited to be pulling for her personally, so hopefully I get some pretty good luck. So yeah, that'll be all. Thank you for watching today's video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.